All right. So, yeah, so I'm not convinced in this being the low. I think it wants to go deeper. And then as you just saw on the cues, we haven't even taken low. And there's a gap underneath these equal lows. So, I'm not convinced. So, I do like this area here for a setup opportunity. If we get some sort of SMT with um, if we get some SMT with the ES, clear relative equal highs above yesterday's range, New York, London, Asia sessions, PM session, like there's a lot of liquidity there. Which will I trade? Which should be weaker? Well, I guess I would just trade NASDAQ because ES is stronger still. Hasn't taken out the low, which it could, but I think that's the easiest setup that I see. None of this is interesting on the way up. And then there are equal highs here too, so that could come into play later. But for now, let's set an alert here. And an alert here. So yeah, that's the only setup I see. I think we do want lower prices. I'm not convinced that this is the low. I think I'm sticking with my plan last week where this is just the weekly low for that last week's candle, and then we come up here and we could create a reversal profile on the daily, at least for Monday or something like that. As for, let's look at what happened. Excuse me. Asia had a pretty big range, respective to Friday's ranges. London, pretty much the same. So we are seeking sell side liquidity. So yeah. All right, let's look at, let's use the Dow and Russell. So yeah, similar thing happening here. We got the relative equal highs in the same area. Dow has relative equal highs already, so that could set up just for an immediate short, possibly. Yeah, so there's fair value gaps not as clean on the Dow. Oh, excuse me. An hour, nothing. Okay, well we have the daily fair value up, so it's all good. So yeah, Dow and Russell could set something up here, same as the as I thought you were asleep. Same as NASDAQ and ES. So there is some SMT here. We've come down and really dug into these lows here on the Russell, so could be meaningful to get long if you're looking for a reversal. But that is where I don't like. Yeah, it's just not clear because it's like there's no clear level for me to key off of on the Russell. This move is just so big, such a wide range. It's almost back tested it. Maybe it's back tested it on one of these highs. So yeah, maybe it's just back testing this. I don't know. On the daily, we have a fair value gap on the daily. So yeah, this SMT isn't confirming any sort of setup that I see, so not going to use that. Weekly candles, there is a new week opening gap that we just created. There is a weekly fair value gap here. So there's some confluence for an idea. We've got the high, we've got the weekly fair value gap, and some sort of SMT, but that's if we just continue a little bit lower. You could say there's some sort of SMT here because it's like applied SMT. These highs have been actually traded back into. But yeah, definitely want to look for longs in the Russell. If Russell comes and takes these highs while the Dow is giving us the same setup but into here, that would be a nice SMT to get short in the Dow, I think, for probably down here or into some sort of higher time frame. Maybe the new week opening gap. There's an inverted fair value gap right here. So yeah, short on the Dow if we get a setup here. Let's set alert there. Is this? Whoa. Let's set an alert here. Create. And then on the Dow, we'll just have to see where we're at. It would, to have a corresponding area, we'd have to come and sweep Asia up here to get us rid of the S&T. So theoretically, we could short here or up into here. So we'll have to really wait and see where we're at. That's why I don't want to really set an alert on the Dow, because we'll be waiting for the Russell to confirm. All right. So yeah, those are the only trade ideas I'm confident with. Looks like the dollar's pulling back. Could get into a long since we've already sold off. And we've respected this playbook setup area. I think this does want to retrade up into at least these equal highs. If those are even clean. I don't think those are that clean. But well. Yeah, but we wouldn't trade it. We would actually look for, you know, a sell on the pound. There you go. There's some S&T on the pound versus the euro. So probably the pound I'd want to get short. We'd look for the setup to occur though on the euro as a signal. So okay. Trade plans. Sort setup on YM if same thing happens on 2Y with MQ. Short. And then possible currency swing trades, short, weak, pair, on the dollar DXY setup. Weekly bias is kind of unclear. We've had a huge wick, so I would at least expect us to create a wick to the downside, which looks like we already have. Interesting, I didn't even notice that. So on the Russell, we've already traded down. Oh, I didn't even register that this happened today. So we have created a weekly profile low, and now we're manipulating above Asia. So we could just go down from here. We'll see. But back to the weekly charts just to see. Yeah, still think we want, I mean, we don't have to, but I think we want to create a wick. Same thing on ES. And then once we do, if we do come down, then yeah, I'll be looking for a long on the ES. There's a weekly order block that we traded through, displaced through. So I would like to possibly use that as a long idea. So yeah, all right. I think that's DXY bias could retrace down to go up into premium. News and catalysts today. No news, but maybe some earnings season. London, did we put in the low here? Yeah, it's just, if you compare these, there is some, no SMT. But the Russell there is a SMT low. So that's interesting. Relative equal lows over here. So this could be an area, man, my voice. All right. Okay, nothing really noteworthy. New York Open, not happening. Where's the draw? Oh, are we expected to manipulate or accumulate? I think we're, oh, where are we? Oh, manipulate slash accumulate at the lows of week, then distribute into the rebalance of last week. Where will we distribute? Into the rebalance and under these lows. So yeah, that's my plan. And that's it. That wraps it up. Let's take a quick look at AMD. Looks like that level got stopped out of was the level for now. INTC, I do still think this could be a good setup later. Maybe a back test of these areas though. We'll wait for the indices to clear up. But yeah, this looks decent. Your relative equal lows here too, great. Being manufactured. Maybe we come back up in here and then sweep these, retesting this area, order block. Is there a daily 24-hour? There's an inefficiency here. That's interesting. Let's make that white. So there's an inefficiency here. And an order block. Yeah, this could be a good level to key off of. Could make sense. Relative equal lows, boom, tags that, yeah. Send alert for these lows to be swept. Interesting. So yeah, big gap. That definitely needs to be filled. And there is a gap from here, this fair value gap. So could come here, all the way down here. This would be the real stop, I think, for me. XRP grinding its way to these relative equal highs. Will it take these out, or will it just take this and pull back? We'll see. All right, yeah, that's